as leaders of Kenyan communities in the UK. I think I've met many of you. I've visited with many of you with your communities, and we've done great things together. And today is a great day. It's a day when we are having one of those great moments for our Kenyan communities in the diaspora. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I know you are all busy. So as you saw in our invitation, we are going to have several people who are going to speak to us today regarding the state of affairs for the Kenyan diaspora welfare in the UK. Just to introduce the topic for you, those who know, for the last 3 years, we've been on a quest, we've been on a struggle, trying to fight for the rights of our people in diaspora, trying to help our people in diaspora. So welfare has been key on our agenda. And one of the issues that was top on our presentations on several occasions, our conversations with the government was about the provision of affordable, accessible insurance to our Kenyan people. Many of you, I know you remember, you saw me wearing different hats, trying to get Kenyans in diaspora to get insured. And the good news is today, I'm very proud to be here because it's one of those moments where we are saying we have a solution, a Kenyan solution to a Kenyan problem. So I will not be saying much about that because we have the right people who are going to talk about that. But that's why we are here today. And before I say much, I will just quickly, I will recognize that we have Deputy High Commissioner with us here, His Excellency Dr. Ambassador Warui, Joseph Warui, and also we have a representative from the State Department for Diaspora Affairs, Ambassador Baraza, and we have, of course, our leaders here. I'll just say all protocols observed because I cannot recognize everyone. So our agenda is just as you saw it on the invite. It's going to be very straightforward. I'm going to ask the first person, I'm going to give an opportunity to greet us and say just a few words, is our chairman for the Kenya Communities Chairpersons Council, Agri. And then after Agri speaks, I will be introducing the Badview founding director, Richard Muiru, who will then be inviting our Deputy High Commissioners to speak. And the Deputy High Commissioner will be introducing our guest from the State Diaspora, State Department for Diaspora Affairs. So that's the program. We don't hope to hold you here for very long, so it's just going to be quick. And then after that, we are going to have a Q&A, questions and answers, and then we'll proceed from there. So without much ado, I'm going to ask the KCCC chairman, Agri, to greet your people and say a few words. Agri.
Okay, thank you, Bernard. I was struggling. The security here is very tight. Trying to unmute myself, and it was prompting me that I need to be unmuted by someone else. Nevertheless, let me acknowledge the presence of our Deputy High Commissioner, Dr. Joseph Warui. I also want to acknowledge Ambassador Baraza, who is on this call. We have a few KCCC leaders. We have our public relations officer, Chair Lucas Kamau, who has joined us here. And I can see KCCC logged in. I bet that is our Secretary General, Kathy Wanyoike, all the way from the Channel Islands. Bernard, I want to thank you and the team for organizing this. This is very timely. It is a topic that even before Dr. Joseph Warui came into office is something that we talked to him about. And as we speak, I told you that I'm somewhere where I might not be participating that much. We have a funeral of one of our members here has lost their father. And also there's another person who has passed away in my region. So we have those two tasks that we are dealing with. And this is a topic that we need to find a homegrown solution. And I'm glad that we are having this conversation at this time. And bringing it on initial stages helps us to also have an input in helping the organization to maybe streamline the areas that they may have not have cited. So for me, I would like to really appreciate the chance to be able to participate on this forum, and also to acknowledge all the leaders who are here, who have attended at whatever capacity, because the UK is very diverse and we have so many leaders who I can see have joined this conversation. I know that we are going to come up with something that is going to be very beneficial to our people. So I want to thank Bird's View Microinsurance for thinking of this product. I am hoping that at the end of the day, we will have something that's going to fit each and every one of us in the diaspora. So thank you so much, Bernard. I don't want to dwell so much on the conversation because I know there's a lot of information for us to take in the course of the meeting. Asante sana, back to you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Agri, and my condolences, and receive the condolences of all of us here. I know everybody here is touched for the loss of the loved one, and it's so sad, and it just points really why we are here. It just points to that very fact that we laugh together, but we also cry together, and now we are looking for solutions to help each other. Now, with those remarks, I'm going to welcome the founding director of Birdview Microinsurance Company, Richard Warui. Richard, introduce yourself and just a few remarks for now. Then from that, invite the Deputy High Commissioner, and then after the Deputy High Commissioner, we'll have our ambassador from Nairobi. In that order, please. Yes, Richard.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Richard Moiro, and as Bernard said, I'm the founding director of Birdview Microinsurance, where we aim to address the needs of the Kenyans and the diaspora as a whole on the daily challenges that we have gone through. As we come to before the presentation, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce or to welcome Ambassador Dr. Joseph Warui to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Chairman, and good evening, everyone. Allow me, maybe before I just give you remarks, we have the Director of Welfare in the Department for Diaspora, Madam Gisheha. I know that most of the time when we are dealing with the repatriation, this is the person we have been nagging to assist us to repatriate bodies back home. So I think it's my singular honor if I can just give Madam Gisheha only a few minutes just to say hello to us.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, thank you so much, Balozi Warui, for this opportunity and for the invite. You can be sure this is a topic that is so close to my heart, and I had to stay awake to just join you and participate and have a listening on what you have on the table. My name is Emma Gisheha, I am the Director Welfare and Rights within the State Department for Diaspora Affairs. And as Daktari has said, this is something that is very close to my heart because, as I have said, I'm in the Welfare and Rights Division, and that is where we grapple with the issues of evacuation, repatriation, and it has been a challenge. And so I'm here to listen to what you have, and I'm glad that we are having this conversation. With those few remarks, I'll be together with you to the end to listen to the presentations. Thank you, Balozi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Gishiha. Once again, I would like to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to the Chairman, Badview Micro Insurance, Mr. Moiro, and your dedicated team for this tireless effort in bringing this innovation solution to our diaspora community. I know your hard work and commitment have made this milestone possible. I also want to extend also my sincere thanks to you, Madam Gisheha, the Director of Welfare at the State Department for the Diaspora, Balozi Balaza, for also supporting this very good cause in the diaspora. Your leadership has been instrumental in addressing the needs and the concerns of our community. This part of our diaspora pillar on welfare. As many can remember, the diaspora has been anchored into three pillars: economic, wealth, and also to and the other pillar in the diaspora was governance. I can see we are making strides on governance. We are also making strides on economics, but we have been having challenges with the issue to do with welfare. And that's why I would like to also, because we know this meeting is for the leaders, I acknowledge the distinguished guests and all the diaspora community leaders led by our brother Agri. Your presence and participations are a set of testament to the strength and the unity of our community. Also, may I also say it's my great honor to address all of you as we gather tonight for this important milestone in our community. Badview insurance for the diaspora is very, very crucial. And may I also say, this solution being bad here in the UK to the rest of the part of the world where our Kenyans are, to us, we are so proud. This innovation initiative we know is designed to support Kenyans abroad by providing comprehensive insurance solution that caters to our unique needs and challenges. Badview insurance is designed to provide crucial support for Kenyans abroad by offering comprehensive coverage for repatriation, evacuation, deportation, medical, and other life-challenging solutions. I am proud to say that this beginning has already started here in the UK. I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to our community leaders to sensitize your members to the importance of this insurance. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that every member of our community is aware of the benefits and takes proactive steps to secure the future and that of their families. For instance, we know what is happening in what has been happening in Lebanon to our sisters. I believe that this is the solution to start helping our brothers and sisters in Middle East, in Europe, and also in other parts where our people are. Also, may I also reiterate by saying, Badview insurance represents a significant advantage in our effort to support the Kenyans in the diaspora. It offers this comprehensive coverage by protecting, ensuring that Kenyans, wherever they are safe. Let us tonight be good ambassadors by embracing this opportunity and work together to build a stronger and more resilient diaspora community. And as I finish, may I say this: I wish you, Chairman of Badview, together with your leadership, I wish you all the success as you reach out to the whole of the diaspora. Your commitment to provide these essential services is commendable, and I am confident that your efforts will make a profound difference in the lives of Kenyans abroad. Thank you for your time. Thank you for thinking good to our people in the diaspora. And I know as we collaborate, you know very well from the beginning, the government has been behind you, making sure that you have gone through the processes of being accredited so that you can be able to take care of the diaspora in the right way, in the right manner. So God bless you. God bless this meeting, and God bless this company as you are the solution to our people. Thank you so much. Are you there?
Where's Jeffrey? Needs to unmute. Okay. I'm there. We had some technical thing to get everyone and to get the unmute button. Thank you very much, my brother. I will address you as my brother, Ambassador Warui, because you know we have gone this journey with you, and I can't say how much I appreciate the support that you have given me. And without you, I don't think we'll be this far yet. But with your support and with your help and with your guidance, we have been able to achieve this. We have been able to achieve this, and thank you for everyone else, the team that have supported us. Thank you very much. And I think we can do the presentation now. Jeffrey, can we do the slide? Now, welcome to Badview Microinsurance, where the system is designed to help the problems that we have experienced in diaspora. I myself, Richard, got this idea from being in UK for the last 30 years. I've gone through the problems, I've experienced them, and that's where all the idea was born from. How can we solve the problem? How can we help this? How can we get people stopping being stranded? How can we solve this problem? And that is where I got the idea from. We founded the company back in 2024, and that's where the vision all started. And we taken about a year to go through all the regulations that are required and satisfy all the requirements of the IRA. On this, we took in mind that we're recognizing the needs of the people in diaspora, the special needs that we need, where we now have to use innovation to reach every diaspora, wherever they are in the world. Because without the information, we won't be able to include everyone because of different jurisdictions and different requirements. And this is what has enabled us to come with a system that will be accessible to Kenyans everywhere they are in the world. I got a team of dedicated staff who have got a wide experience in the industry. They are committed to have excellence in inclusivity and the technology that is required for us to be able to reach out everyone, wherever they are in the world. Now, our mission is to make the insurance affordable. Sorry about that. The mission is to make the insurance affordable to everyone, whether it's locally or abroad. We aim to be the leading provider of affordable insurance in Kenya and to or the diaspora, wherever they are in the world. This way, we're gonna have customer satisfaction, and we're also committed to social responsibilities while extending our reach and impact to Kenyan's communities across the globe. As part of the team, we have a dedicated team who have got quite a range of experience in the industry. We got James Kimani, who has brought us over 20 years of experience. Working with the IRA and
sorry, Richard, we lost you there. I think there's an issue with your audio or connection. Richard, can you hear us?
I think I can't hear Richard. Yeah. Geoffrey, can you continue?
Geoffrey, can you carry on, Geoffrey? Because I think I got some issues.
Yeah, Geoffrey, continue, please.
All right. So, as Richard was saying, we have a number of insurance professionals in Badview who will be supporting this Badview journey and dream. So, we are led by Richard, who is the founding director of Badview. He's already introduced himself. Then the other professional or leader in Badview is James Kimani, who is the CEO of Badview. James has got over 20 years of experience in insurance, having started his career in Britain. And he is particularly very experienced in microinsurance, having been involved in the craft of initial microinsurance regulations in Kenya. The other leader within Badview is a director, is Obed, who also have over 10 years experience in the insurance industry and who is also our business development specialist. The other leader in Badview and a director as well is Geoffrey Kangwana, who is myself. I'm a qualified actuary. I've been practicing in insurance for about 10 years. I worked in Kenya and I'm currently working in the UK, and I've been a senior consultant at Deloitte. In addition to the board of directors, we also have management staff who we've not included in this presentation, but they are in our website and their experience and academic backgrounds are explained there. But one person I wanted to mention is Bernard Gavu, who is our director for UK business. So probably before I continue, I will allow the CEO to say a word or two just to introduce himself formally. James Kimani, please.
Oh, thank you so much, Geoffrey, and I'm happy to see all my fellow directors, led by Richard Moiro, who has been quite instrumental, in our process of establishing Badview. I'm also equally very happy to see all of you, brothers and sisters from the UK, and if probably maybe there are some others who are joining us from other regions, other destinations. My name, as Geoffrey introduced me, my name is James Kimani, and I'm a career insurance person, having spent most of my life in insurance. Although before I joined insurance, I had a short stint in teaching. And I'm very, very, very happy to have you on board today so that we can discuss how we can be of a blessing, or we can be able to steer this vision to fruition, the vision that our director and the vision bearer, Richard, brought to us. I don't want to spend much of your time because I know there is still a lot to be discussed. But I can guarantee you, I can assure you that in my leadership that you will get the very best in terms of service. Asanteni sana, and may God bless all of you. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you, James. So then the question that probably we may ask ourselves is, why focus on diaspora? As we've said, Badview Microinsurance was formed specifically to focus on the needs of Kenyans in diaspora. So why diaspora? So the reason why we are focusing in diaspora, as the chairman said, we had passion in solving problems for Kenyans in diaspora, and also to transform the lives of Kenyans in diaspora and provide financial security, not just to them, but also to their families back at home. So figures quoted here, I'm sure you've seen them elsewhere, so I'll not delve on the figures, but as we know, there are a lot of Kenyans in the diaspora, and they facilitate the growth of our economy, being through the amount of funds that we send to Kenya, or what is famously known as diaspora remittances. So why would Badview again focus on diaspora? We've seen several cases of Kenyans trying to raise financial resources to repatriate their loved ones back home during death or emergencies where Kenyans need to go back home. We've seen cases in the Middle East where our brothers and sisters who've gone to try and earn an income to save their families at home are stranded because of one reason or the other. One in the Middle East being that there is, there's employer mistreatment and other things, or someone went to Middle East or anywhere in the world to work through a work permit or something, and something happened there. So those are the kind of situations that we are looking to resolve or help with Kenyans as Badview. So we will help in times of death or emergencies, including medical emergencies and another emergency at the RB. So these are just cases of what we're seeing, cases of distress. We've had cases of human trafficking, especially in Thailand. I'm sure you've seen some of the stories that are coming up in Thailand, where Kenyans have to Thailand to seek job opportunities, but they fall into the hands of human trafficking, human traffickers. Cases of Kenyans trying to raise funds to repatriate their loved ones or to evacuate their loved ones back home. And now, when we talk about cases of death, then for us, what comes into our mind is, how can we help in cases of death where someone has either died in the UK and needs to be buried either in the UK or repatriated back home to be buried, or cases whereby we in the diaspora have lost our family members back home and we need financial muscles. Bernard will tell you, he's a big advocate of this, that a normal, simple burial ceremony in Kenya at the moment will cost you about 400,000, 500,000 in Kenya. And also a normal funeral service in the UK, or funeral ceremony in the UK, will cost you about £8,000, if I'm not wrong, including all the preparations and everything. So then, how then can Badview help? So we are proposing a last expense cover for our people in the diaspora and also for their families back at home. So our last expense cover is priced to be affordable and also to provide a cash amount that will be selected by the policyholder at the inception of the policy or at the beginning of the policy. And what we are promising our customers is that if you've purchased a policy through us and in the event of death in your family or here or in Kenya, we will pay the chosen sum amount, or famously known as the funeral cash amount, within 48 hours of providing the required documentation. So the required documentation in this case is just the burial permit of the deceased, and we will pay the money directly to the next of kin within 48 hours. And this policy can be bought in 4 major currencies at the moment. That's Euro, Pounds, USD, and Kenyan shillings. And there's no waiting period for accidental deaths. And we understand that as much as you are in the diaspora, our families back at home are also dependent on us, and you can buy a policy and include your parents and siblings within the policy. This is one of a kind, because if you look at all insurance companies in Kenya, none of them allows anyone to add their siblings to their cover. At least, well, they include parents and parents-in-laws, not siblings. So what we are saying is that we are rewriting the rules of insurance. And when I say you can buy the policy in euros, pounds, USD, and Kenyan shillings, this is not something that will be done in the future. This is something that is real. If you go to our website now, www.badviewinsurance.com, you can buy a policy, last expense policy, and you can select either in euros, GBP, USD, or Kenyan shillings right now, and it will be effective immediately. These are the premiums that we've proposed for last expense. So we have several plans. There's a family plan where we have combined a policy that covers the principal. So the principal in this case is the member who is in charge of, say, paying the premium. And when you say up to 69 years of age, we're looking at the oldest member within the family. And so this is the family policy here, the top table. So we have 3 plans within the family policy with benefit of funeral cash amounts ranging from £300 to £1,240. Then if you come to the individual's policy, this is where you can buy on your own. You also buy for your spouse or your brother at home. So this also ranges from £300, £310 to £3,000. So if you want more, you can just buy 3,000 cover for each of your family members. We've tried to make it cheaper by combining it, selling it as a family package so that the premium is reduced. But if you buy it differently, then it becomes a bit higher. But as you can see, the premiums are not as expensive as what you're seeing out there. Then we've also, so these individuals and the family cover goes up to 69 years of age. And those who are aged 70 to 75, we have their own premium rates here, which are slightly higher than those aged below 65 because of mortality risk in the higher age groups. But as you can see, they are not they are not as high as we see out there. And then what we are saying is that we are flexible. So this 70 to 75 limit is not a cast in stone. If you have a family member who you think who you want to include in the cover, especially if you're in a group, will be able to look at this maximum age limit and give an exception. And when I say we'll give an exception, those are not stories. It's something we will do when requested. So this is the same benefits I showed on the previous page, but now in Kenyan shillings. So this is how the benefits look like in Kenyan shillings. So we will share these numbers. Actually, the numbers are available on our website. If you go to our website, you'll be able to see all of these numbers, and you can convert them on our website into GBP, USD, or Kenyan shillings. So this is how the benefits look like and premiums look like in Kenyan shillings. So up to 500,000, 200,000 with a premium of just 5,000 for 70 to 75. So you can buy a 500 plan for 3,700 shillings, and you can buy 500 for each of your family member, both in the UK or both in diaspora or in Kenya. The other product that we have, sorry, I went a bit faster. The other product that we have designed, which is unique and one of a kind, is evacuation and repatriation insurance product. So this is the one I briefly mentioned about that kicks in to help in cases of also death abroad, being stranded due to medical emergencies, employer mistreatment. And the way the benefits works is that anyone in the diaspora or anyone outside Kenya can buy the product. And if you need evacuation to Kenya, you will be evacuated to Kenya up to the cover limit. If in cases of death, we will pay the total sum amount or the total cover amount to your nominated beneficiary or next of kin. And if you are evacuated to Kenya, we will pay you a cash of 25 on landing. We'll pay you a cash of 25% of the benefits. So if you had bought a benefit of 500,000 and we evacuate you to Kenya and we spend, say, 300,000, we have a balance of 200, we'll pay you 25% of the 200 as a cash on landing just to get you on your feet. One thing we are covering in this product, which is not covered anywhere, is that if for any person who is stranded because the employer is mistreating them, all they need to do is to make a phone call to Badview. Then we'll work with the Kenyan embassy in that country, and we will evacuate you to Kenya. So this is meant to solve mostly the cases that we're seeing in the Middle East and other countries for Kenyans who want to seek opportunities there. The other item that we are covering with within this product, which is one of a kind, is that if you get deported for any reason, and you'll see in this document, we are saying that we are not discriminating against your immigration status or anyone's immigration status. If you get deported to Kenya and you arrive, you just need to tell us that you've been deported, provide us with the necessary documentation, and we'll pay you 50% of the repatriation benefit that you purchased. So this is how the premium rates are looking like. We have 4 plans ranging from £600 to £3,000. And as I said, we are flexible. If there is a range that you think, there's a level of cover that you think you need and if not provided, if you come to us, especially if you're in a group, if you come to us and tell us, we need this level of benefit within our group members, we will be able to craft something that is unique to you, price it for you, and insure you. So the top table is the benefits and premiums in pounds. Then the lower table are also benefits and premiums in Kenyan shillings. And these are annual benefits and annual premiums. So that means that you pay this premium per year and you get this benefit per year. So this is just a summary of what I said about evacuation and repatriation. Medical emergencies, employer mistreatment, forced return or deportation. In the event of death, we pay the amount to the next of kin. If you are being repatriated and you need medical attention during repatriation, so that is covered within the cover limit. And if you have notified us that you need evacuation to Kenya and you have nowhere to stay, we will pay for your accommodation cost as we arrange to evacuate you to Kenya. So what about groups? So if you are in a group, come to us. We will design something that meets your needs. We just need to have a discussion on what you need, and we will design something for you. And the benefit of groups is that there will be no waiting periods. The premiums will be discounted compared to if you come as an individual. And for groups, you have the advantage, given the numbers being insured, we can extend the upper age limit. As you saw there, we are saying the maximum, we said that up to 70, the higher age limit we are covering, as you saw there on last expense, is 70 to 75. So if you come as a group and there is a member, whether it's a parent or a sibling or yourself who is aged, who is older than 75 years of age, then we'll be able to waive that if you come as a group. So last expense and evacuation and repatriation are the products we think that kind of fit the needs of our members in diaspora. We also have other products, especially medical, which we think this one will be more beneficial if you buy it for your families at home. So you can buy for them from here, pay online, and they'll be covered. So all you need to do is to provide the details and pay, and that is it. So, and for medical, we have inpatient, outpatient, dental, and optical. And we are saying anyone is eligible, subject to the maximum age limit. But I said, if it's groups, we can discuss on maximum age limit. But the age limit for medical insurance is 70 years. And as usual, for inpatient, I don't know, those of us who are in the UK, we deal with NHS. But inpatient, admission, maternity, and any day surgery are covered. So when we say day care surgery or day surgery or day treatment, day surgery, we mean if you need an operation or a treatment and you are admitted in the hospital for observation from morning to the evening, then you are told go home. So that's a day case. You do not sleep in the hospital. You are there for just a few hours, but you are charged a bed cost for observation or because of a surgery. So for medical, we pay claims directly to the hospitals in our panel. So when you join us as a group or as an individual, we will the service will be seamless. It's not your problem how you won't be having the headache on they need you need to pay and then bad view to the bus. No. We will pay directly. All you need to go is to go to hospital, identify yourself, get treated, and go home. Just the way it happens to the NHS, but in this case, it's not the government who is providing funding. It's bad view, providing funding through the premiums that you've paid to us. So how much you pay, I will show premiums shortly. So outpatient, just a brief overview of benefit, general outpatient, laboratory, pharmacy, x-ray, scan, and everything. Dental and optical, the normal dental procedures are covered. So these are the premiums in pounds for and benefits. So inpatient, maternity, then annual premiums per family size. So M is just the principal, that's the member. M+1 means member plus 1 dependents. M+2 is member plus 2 dependents. So these are the benefits we're covering. Inpatient ranging from 1,240 pounds to 3,100 pounds. So as I said, this benefit is more relevant to your family members who are at home, because that they will be more sufficient, and they are based on a provider panel that we will share with you when you join us. So these are the same benefits and premiums I showed on the other page, but converted in Kenyan shillings. So you can see how they range. Inpatient from 200 to 500, outpatient of 50,000 for everyone. Dental and optical. And as I said, we are flexible. If there's a benefit level you need, reach out to us and we will be able to price and cover you on payment of premiums. I don't know if, Richard, you are back online and you want to take it from here?
I think I'm online.
Okay, fantastic.
I had a little technical issue.
Yeah.
I'm in Kenya, so now, why do we focus on diaspora needs? As Jeffrey has explained, is the issue problems that we face in diaspora. So what we're giving you is the financial protection for you and your family in Kenya. So this way, we don't have, I think majority of us have had this phone call, families in the hospital, and you have to send the money. That's 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're telling you have to find 100,000. And we know having 100,000 straight on your phone at that time of the morning is quite difficult. So with Badview, that challenge is gone, and all you have to hear is, well, where have you been? We have been in the hospital last week. You are not aware because you paid the cover for them, and then you don't have that issue or that nightmare of being woken up in the morning to pay for the premium. We also, though Jeffrey did touch most of this, is I've just got them quickly, is we're not discriminating against any immigration status, because we know the challenges that diaspora is facing out there. So we also affordable. So we brought the premium down so that everyone is able to connect. So in this, we also looked at the families in Kenya and what they can afford, and also the diaspora. We've tried to tailor these to their affordability, because we all got affordability at different levels. We also made it very simple. As those who have seen our website, is simple and clear. It's not complicated, and we're focusing on the customer. So we everything with the customer in mind and the need they will need. As Jeffrey said as well, we got flexibility in benefits tailoring to your needs. When we spoke, I've belonged to groups, different groups, and because all groups have different needs, we endeavor to tailor the product according to your different groups. We know some groups will contribute £10, give different benefits. God know others are doing 20, 50. So we aim to tailor the benefit to each individual group. We'll come to you, you tell us this is how much we contribute, and this is the benefit that we pay to this particular person or this particular relative. We aim to better that and make it cheaper for you, because as you can see, most of the groups, we are unable to pay the full benefit. Most of the groups you find they are paying 2,500, 3,000, 2,500, 3,000. it's not enough to repatriate, but we aim at least to raise half the money. And if we combine the policies, especially the evacuation and last expense, we'll be able to cover most of the money that is required to repatriate a body. We also now allow this to include the family in Kenya in your policy. So when you're in diaspora, you'll be able now to cover your family back in Kenya. So as I said, on the groups, we cover contributions to your family in Kenya or which part of the world they are in. So you'll be able now to pay for those policies. We are not saying that just because you're in diaspora and your parents, you just need to cover the people in diaspora. No, we got you in mind that you're in UK or you're in US and all your family is back at home. Then in case they require anything, then you pay from there. We power by technology, and this is what is informed us our online platform because of the needs. So wherever you're in the world, you able to buy the policy there and there and cover straight and download the policy documents or on your email, or you can put them on your phone. And the claim process is the same process. You just come online and just do your claim from there. We got a customer support center, which is 24 hours. This is also bearing in mind that we got all different times in the world. You can buy cover in your own currency. You can choose on our portal whether you're going to use USD. So we got all those currencies covered. And also, when you come to pay the premiums, we're still going to pay on the same currency that you used to buy the policy on. We also got a facility where you can buy in installments because not everyone will be able to buy all in one go. Claims, we're paying straight away. We aim to change the narrative of the claim process that people have, that when insurance comes to pay, it becomes a problem. We are going to be different, and we are not going to give stories. We go no fine prints. So all the terms and conditions are on our website. Before you buy the policy, you need to accept our terms and conditions because it's all there. We got the customer service to help you, and we got 3 formats. You can have we have the WhatsApp, we go live chat, and we're gonna have a phone line, which just need to place, and it calls us straight to our call center. So as long as you are logged in on the website, then the call is free and you don't pay for it. So we talk about the groups. So we have a group form. On the group form, we're going to correct the details that the group have so that we are able to tailor the policy on you. And we're going to have a sample of the group form, which now we're going to give to the group, and then we're going to correct about your members and the requirements, and then we'll be able to underwrite. Remember what we said, we're going to better the premium payout, the benefit payout, and also bring down the cost that somebody has to pay on the contribution of the group. Giving an example of a group that pays £20 a month, and that works up to about 30,000 a year, and you find the benefit is usually around 3,000, 3,500. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just a sample case. So, and we come here, we're telling you, you pay 14,000. So it's quite a change. So at the moment, we're gonna give that to the groups, and they fill that form, then we correct the details. At the bottom here on the next screen is just the brief video of our offices. We're located in Westlands, Waiyaki Way is Fidelity Center. Fidelity Center in Westlands. You are free to come whenever in Kenya to view our offices. And this is just a brief video of how our offices look like. I now hand over back to Bernard for any questions and answers.
Okay, thank you very much, Richard. Can you stop sharing? Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you very, very much for that. And also thank you, Geoffrey. Okay, I see you are still share. What I was asking, okay, you've got something on. Okay, the office is there they are. Okay, this is wonderful. The reason we are showing this is that there is always the question of, okay, where do I go? If I need to speak to someone, who do I speak to? So I think you can see the offices, you know where to go. But like Richard has just said, the whole process is automated. It's all online. You do your quotation, you just go on the website. Can you, Geoffrey, can you please just show the website? Can you just project the website for the members to see? If you can just quickly share open the website, just so that, because this is really important. Are you there? Okay. Okay.
So this is our website. So if you want a quote, you want to buy a benefit, just go get quote, and all the benefits are here. All the products are here: evacuation, repatriation, last expense, medical, hospital cash. So if you click last expense, to take you to get your quote here, all you need to do is to fill the details, and you can. Oh, this is one I just bought, so it's. This is the one I just bought. As you see, I bought a policy. It was very successful. So if I go back and restart this, get quote, any policy, evacuation, repatriation, you will buy a policy. If I finish this, it should take me to there we go. Yeah. So any policy you need, you can buy it from here and you get insured. So all you need to do is to fill the details. You can select currency, Kenyan shillings, USD, fill your details, select the cover you want here by just a click of a button. Just select if it's 500, you select any product. And if you want to report a claim here, so I report a claim, everything is here. Our products are described, and we have this QR code that is on the document we shared. So if you scan this QR code, anywhere you see it, it will bring you direct to the website. Our history, you'll find is here. About us, our management are here, all of them, including Bernard there. Yeah, so but most importantly, if you want a product, just go online and buy it. Just input the details, go through, you'll get a policy in your email. You'll buy the policy right now, pay right now, get the policy document, and you get covered immediately. As we said, no story. You need it, you just get it from the website. And all payments are acceptable. Cards, MasterCard, Visa, and M-Pesa.
Okay, thank you very much. So, and just to mention, today's meeting, our focus is on the groups. That's why we have the leaders here. So, you as leaders, you need to to have this information so that once you've decided, okay, these are the members you want to put, it's straightforward, or like Richard said, you just give us the details of your members, who they want to on board, and we will do that for you once we've agreed on the policy that they want to take, you want to take as a group. So I know there are people who are not tech savvy, so they'll be thinking, oh, going to the computer again. No, you don't need to worry about that. You are the leader of the group. Once you've agreed, this is what we want. These are the members we want you to ensure you give those details. We will onboard everyone for you, and that's it. So the whole thing will be run by you as a group. So we are ensuring the group, not the individual. So I want you to understand that the group scheme is for you leaders. That's why we have this meeting today, because it's you taking this cover for your members. So we will be ensuring your group, and it's you to know who to add or who to remove from the group policy. So that's what we are doing. Okay, thank you very much. There it is, the website, the address. So please, those are the details. Anything you need, you'll be able to get it. But for the sake of today's meeting, all I'm saying is, let us not, for the leaders, you don't need to worry about going online to do this now, because what we are offering you is a group scheme, and that's what we came to discuss. Now, I can already see Moses Langat. Professor, your hand is up, so I see you are going to be the first one. Okay, so we are on the Q&A, so Moses Langat, you are the first one.
Thank you, my brother Bernard. Most importantly, I acknowledge the presence of our Ambassador Waroi and Madame Gishea from the State Department for Diaspora Affairs. And of course, I acknowledge your chairperson, Muiru, and the team, and the other diaspora leaders, including our brother, the chair of chairs, Agri, amongst others here. First and foremost, this is laudable. It's a laudable product for the diaspora. We know we have had flooding companies wanting to give us insurance policies, and some have worked, some haven't. But we hope this will work. I know, my brother, we know of a product that was given to us by our colleagues from the other side of Southern Africa, amongst others. So we in the diaspora, we have always been, of course, prey. And many a times we have fallen victims of unsuspecting products. And every time we see products like this, we of course enter with a lot of caution. But as Balozi had said, it was always our wish in the diaspora that our welfare is taken care of. And I believe that with time, maybe there will be acceptability of bad view microinsurance. I've taken my time to quickly peruse through the website, and it is totally unconvincing. There is no contact us details, and that is a serious turnoff. Because if I wanted to quickly get information, the first thing I would do is to go to the contact us. That would need a lot of improvement. The social media pages are, of course, very wanting. The Twitter account is restricted. And this is a clear problem, because if a company cannot sort its Twitter account, surely that's a huge problem. The Facebook doesn't work. So again, that is a real problem. So I believe, Bernard, since this is a leaders meeting, you'll allow us to be as brutal as we can, so that at least if we can accept the product, then the other guys in the diaspora can accept it. So I think there is a lot of improvement that the company needs to do to be able to allow others to accept it. I know a gentleman there mentioned the use of a calling center. There is no number there at all to show what the calling center is, but perhaps maybe once you register in the portal, that's going to be necessary. Most importantly, anyway, Bernard,
Professor, before you continue, can you see the screen?
Well, that's one thing. That's one thing, and what I'm seeing is the website. You know, you're showing us a presentation. I'm talking about the website.
All right.
And, yeah. So what I'm telling you is what the public would see, and the website doesn't have what I'm telling you. I will invite you to go there.
Yeah. No. What I was going to say is this information is going straight to the website even before we finish this meeting.
Okay, so yeah, so sorry, I'm sorry that I'm using perhaps maybe the old details on the website, but
yes, don't worry.
As I've said, yes, I like the products. I would like to know more. What I think we have seen today is just a gist. It's ticking the boxes that we need, boxes of. I know my sister Lucy is saying that there are contacts there, but I went to contact her, so I didn't see anything. Maybe I'm sorry about that, but at least somebody can put a link there where there are contacts. But what I wanted to say is, may the company also include other products beyond what they have. So many of us in the diaspora are also farmers, and I would like to insure my cattle, my dopa, my whatever, because for me to get a loan, those animals need to be insured. So I think if there is agricultural products in there, that will probably entice me into going. Into picking the products. So Kavi, I will conclude by saying, obviously, we also expect Birdview microinsurance to utilize a number of diaspora products. I know they are utilizing you, my brother. You are better than many of us when it comes to insurance products. But also with calling centers, we've got some companies that are run by Kenyans in the diaspora. And also, if they want to reach out with to other Kenyans in the diaspora, there are also some solutions that are provided by Kenyans. I will conclude there, and mine is a discussion rather than, I know it's brutal, but it's a sincere brutality. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. It's a leadership panel, so yes, you can be brutal as you like. Chairman Richard, you want to respond to that?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rangat, for your comments. The only way we can get better and improve the service is being criticized. If we don't get criticized, we cannot improve. And we, as a startup, we cannot be able to perfect the system right at the beginning. So we're gonna take all the comments on board, and we have been taking comments on board of what the requirements are, or where we haven't done the presentation like you said about the website. And we've taken all that information on board, and thank you very much for that. That will help us improve, and that's what we are here for. Thank you very much, Rangat.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Professor Peter Diangui, all the way from Florida. Professor, can you hear me, Professor?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Bernard?
Loud and clear. Proceed.
I am so honored to be here, my brother. Thank you for inviting me. This is very powerful presentation. I listened to Dr. Langat, and Langat, that's very good. You may apologize a little bit, but what you said is correct. Things that are starting have these things, and as the chairman responded, that is the way this organization must run. But in general, we must admit this is a very noble venture. It is very welcome, and I do hope, Bernard, you spread it to the US here. One thing I would like to say here is, when I see Ambassador Waloe here, probably the one ambassador we all got. He is not just a UK ambassador, he is the one man who was appointed that he is one of us. Then it also gives credibility, and we also feel very good about having you. But also thank you for being here too. Bernard, thank you for inviting us. But my question is, are you gonna bring it to also to all of us in the US and anywhere else? And when all this contact information is collected, can you share those links with us so that you can spread it out here? I also want to point out here, just to sum up, that I am with me. I have a guest from the London who is with me here in Florida now, and her name is Honorable Alice Maina, and I don't know whether you know her, and I know she would like to say hello all the way from Florida. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Peter. I knew when I saw you on the call, you must be with Alice because it's Alice. Alice, how are you?
Fine. Yeah, how are you guys? You are freezing there. It's all right.
Stop bragging.
I'm just enjoying myself. Anyway, good evening, everyone. I know that we joined a little bit late, but Peter has already asked the question that I wanted to ask. And on top of what Peter has said, I would like to ask people like us that we are community leaders in the UK. Like me, all the questions they bring to me as if I get information all the time. And as you know, we have so many groups that I have for the Kenyans and the work that I do as well. I serve a lot of Kenyans. So for those who are in Kenya, maybe they don't know me. But my name is Alice, as Peter said. So, sorry, it was phone coming in. Can you still hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so sorry, there was a call coming in. My question was, community leaders, do you have or do you an idea of the way forward in terms of training them to have the general understanding and not just assuming things or guessing things? Is there a way that you're planning to, if you identify the leaders, the Kenyan leaders, and then you can give them the training to understand each and every aspect of the insurance, and then they are able to signpost to you guys when they have the basic understanding of what is happening?
Okay, thank you very much for those two questions. First from Professor and also from Alice. Very, very good questions. Richard?
Sorry to interject. And I think we have rules on the call. I think it's the rules that we have talked a lot with this. I also like to ask her if she will be comfortable to raise some few questions she was asking when we were having a discussions, because what I did, I have already mobilized many leaders in the UK to attend this meeting. And there were some questions that I would like themselves to ask, because I can see some of them, they are here, but specifically I would like, if Luz, you are okay to ask some of the questions that you are asking me that I could not have any answers. I think this will be the best time to ask all those questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So while we are waiting, Rose will raise her hand to ask. So Richard, let's respond to Professor's question about the USA. Is this product going to cross to the US? And also very good, another very important question from Annalise about training of the community leaders. So just quickly, please.
Oh, thank you, Professor Diangui. Yes, this is a beginning, and this is the first one we've begun. We just recently got our license from the Insurance Secretary of Kenya. We actually got licensed, as you've seen on our presentation, on 17th of January. And that's when we are around to start trading. Yes, this is the first we have begun. We're going all over the world. As I showed you, we covering diaspora wherever they are in the world. Yes, we'll be coming to US, and we welcome all the REITs and the community readers that will be available to spearhead the product. Remember, we said we aim to come to the groups. So if you could do the groups for us, or we get the group, then we will be able to do on the second question, which is the training. So today was a formal introduction of Badview and introduce it to the readers. After this, now we'll have another forum to do the training and your education. So we'll be able to take you through the website, through the products in details, because what we just done here is just a brief introduction, just to introduce to our products. Then after this, we'll have the training, how to navigate our website, how to correct the details, and how we're going to underwrite the policies. Yes, after this, we're going to now proceed to the next step of doing the trainings.
Thank you so much. I would appreciate my brother Bernard Cavio, we call him Governor. We are in touch. We are in touch a lot, and I know we will arrange a meeting before when you get to the next step. And while I'm having the microphone, let me just take this opportunity to thank the people in the UK. I traveled to Manchester, to Birmingham, to Liverpool, to Coventry, all over in summer last year. And I was truly, truly honored. Ambassador, I can never, I don't know how I can pay you for your welcome to the embassy, to your house, to the church, to everything. You are very special, Bernard. You know all that we did together. Thank you so much, guys. It was such a hospitable thing. I'm trying to pay back Alice, but I cannot compete, so I've given up, you know. All right, thank you so much. Bernard, let's keep in touch, my brother. And the chairman, I would like us to talk a little bit later on after the meetings, okay? We are there to support you. This is a good venture.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. That's what we want to hear. Okay, the floor is still open. Rose, you are called upon by Alice to ask a question, Rose, if you want. And anyone else, the floor is open now. Please take this opportunity to ask. If there are questions you need to ask, this is the time to ask now, please.
Bernard, give me a minute. Rose is just asked a question on the chat, and she said just out of interest to our bad view insurance underwriters. Now, we are the underwriters. We're not agents. We're not brokers. We're the actual insurance underwriter. Just like Jeffrey presented, we will be able to underwrite or configure the products or be able to change on the recommendations from our members. So we still new, so we still got a bit of things to do, but we are the actual underwriters. We reinsured by African Re and Jeffrey, which one is this other one? African Re and Kenya Re.
That's correct. Africa Re, Kenya Re.
Okay. Let me, I see the boss of bosses, your hand is up. I'll come to you, Agri. But before I come to you, let me throw in something here on Rose's question, because I do get that question a lot out there. So let me answer this for everybody to understand. Insurance, the most people you meet, the first point of contact you meet selling insurance would be either agents or brokers, insurance brokers. So agents or brokers, these are people who have basically who are representing their like subcontractors who are getting the product from the insurer, and then they bring it to you as the buyer, the customer, the consumer. And so most of the people you meet, they will actually be brokers. And this is a very good question, because it brings at this point, me to this point, that Bad View Microinsurance is not a broker. It's not an agency. This is the insurance itself. It's the underwriter. What does that do? As a broker or agent, you cannot decide premiums. You cannot decide how much because decisions are made by the underwriter, and you only do what you are told to do. But as the insurer, Bad View Microinsurance makes the decisions. That's why you had in the presentation, Richard said, and also Geoffrey said, tell us what you want and we'll tailor it the way you want it. Why? Because we have the ability to do that, because we are the underwriters. And then for security, to just make sure your premiums are protected, the risk is protected. If there's any problem, that's where the reinsurer comes in. So you can, the insurer is like the big brother of insurance. So Bad View is the insurer. So Bad View will insure your risk. Okay, like we are saying, we are going to pay you 500,000 if Kenya shillings, if you lose a loved one or yourself. Okay, now that's the risk that Badview has underwritten. But to make sure that in case there is just more than you or anybody else, that let's say you get 1, 2, 3 more and all that, and then you might be thinking, oh, what if you cannot meet all those claims? That's where the big brother comes in. That's why we have what we call the reinsurer. That's why Kenya Re, these are the big brothers of insurance. They don't insure you as an individual. They insure insurance companies. They insure the underwriters. So I'm just giving you an example. And by the way, Africa Re is one of the largest insurance companies in the world. They're in the tunes of billions. The last time I checked, they had about almost 88 billion US dollars in assets. So that's the need. Why you need the reinsurer is to assure your clients that even if Badview were unable to meet a claim, the big brother, the reinsurer, comes in and meets that claim. That's how it works. So I'm just doing that for those who might be wondering, what's the difference between an agent, a broker, the insurer, and the reinsurer? Okay? If you have any questions, I'll answer you as we go. Chairman, what's the bosses?
Yeah, Bernard, I see you really got your insurance hat on, and thanks for that information. I think this is a very important conversation all across board. You know,
yes,
everybody's asking the very important question. I've just got one question because I had during the presentation the NHS was mentioned, and you know, where I do work, you know, I get some sort of cover which works with the NHS. Are we confirming that Badview is now accessible and available to corporates in the UK via the NHS, that they do provide that cover? Is it something that we can be confidently say that we can actually go and choose Badview as our insurer within our corporations?
Sorry, no.
Yes, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, please.
Sorry, no. I was just, when I mentioned NHS, I was just giving an example that the way you go to hospital and to any hospital within your area, and everything is sorted through the NHS without you worrying about bills and how the payments happen. So I was just giving an example that Badview medical insurance works that way, that when you are insured with us, you go to the hospital and everything is sorted without you, getting into the nitty-gritties and complications of payments. So because we deal with the hospitals directly. So Badview does not offer medical insurance in the UK. We only offer medical insurance in Kenya.
Right. Okay. Because that needed clear clarification, because when you mention NHS and cover, then the notion would go out there that, you know, you can actually cover patients within the NHS, and that can be misinformation that maybe you've now clarified that you don't. So I'm happy that, you know, that clarification has been made, because, you know, I quickly went into my search and I was looking, can I see Badview? And you know, it wasn't appearing, but understandably, because you're still setting up. Is this something that you're looking in future to be able to get into with the diaspora?
Probably just early to say that, but our plan is to set up a branch in UK to act in the UK in future, but not now.
Okay.
So when we set up a branch in future is when we can consider that, but not now. At the moment, we're only limited to Kenya, but for medical insurance. But for last expense, evacuation and repatriation, it's a worldwide cover.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So then my final question, because I don't want to take up too much space. What program or what plans do you have in terms of sensitizing the diaspora in the UK and even the US? Because I've now heard that there's somebody who joined in the US. What plans do you have to sensitize the diasporans in terms of them getting to know your product Do you have any plan how you intend to reach out to the diasporans?
Yes, I will explain partly, then I'll give the rest to Bernard. In fact, let Bernard explain this because he's the one dealing with
okay. Thank you very much. Okay, just to let you know, Esther, you'll be next, and then Rose and Elizabeth. Okay, I've noted your hands. So, Chairman, just to reiterate what Geoffrey said, yes, there was that comparison made. What he said, once you take this cover, your cover here, and you take medical for your people back home, they will just be treated the way we are treated here in NHS by NHS. So I want that should be really very clear that you cover your people back home. The people back home, you can actually cover them for medical. You can cover them for capital injuries. You can cover them for hospital, inpatient, outpatient. But for now, you cannot enjoy those things here in the UK. Here in the UK, you can enjoy last respect, that's a funeral cover, and you can enjoy evacuation and repatriation. And now I'm not speaking to Agri only, I'm speaking to everybody. Please, everybody note that the current products that you can enjoy now when you're in diaspora is one, the last respect, the funeral cover. You can take up to 500,000 for that, and the repatriation, evacuation, and you can also take another 500,000 for that. Now, once you take any of these two products, you can automatically add your people back home for medical, for hospital, for capital, for major ailments and all that. So that's what we are saying here. So currently, we are not operating in the UK in terms of medical cover. So let that be very clear, okay? The other thing is, how are we going to market this? We've already started. Agri, that's why you are here. The reason we're having this meeting today was to let you know that after all these years, all this struggle, we are already here. We got the product now. So the games have begun, okay? Let me use that metaphor, that the games have already begun, okay? You are here. You are the chairman of the chairman. So here we have the leaders, and we decided out of respect, who are the best people to speak to first? The leaders. So I want each one of you to pat yourself on the shoulder and say, yes, I mean something, because the reason you are in this meeting is this is a leadership meeting, and this is our Lodge Pan. This is where we are saying, guys, we've got this. And before, we didn't want you to hear it in the social media or the grapevine or people talking. We wanted you to hear it from the horse's mouth. And that's why we're having this meeting. Why? Because after today, you are going to be our champions. You are the one. And that's why I'm saying, ask whatever questions you want, because after today, from tomorrow, you are the one who are going to be reaching out. You are the ones to reach out to your members, your groups, and say, listen, you know, we contribute 20 pounds every month, and when we get a death, we pay 2,500. That's what we've been doing. But sometimes we struggle when we get more than 2 deaths, or one death in a month, or all those things. Getting insurance solves all that. And there is a product here. Birdview says they will insure us. So these contributions we make, instead of making this so that we wait and then we give you 2,500, we are saying as a group, Birdview will insure the group. So that gives you a guarantee. You as leaders of your group, you can say, we are guaranteed that every member of ours is covered for the whole year. If something happens, the X amount of money will be available. You don't need to be thinking, what if so-and-so does not contribute? What if so-and-so is not available? What? It doesn't matter. So long as your members are fully covered by bad view and at a rate lower. So if I'm just saying, if you contributed 20, you are likely to have that amount covered for less than the 20 pounds. So that's what I'm saying. It's about getting that peace of mind for your leadership to say, I do not need to worry now. I'll give you an example because I've been in the, like you say, Chairman, I've been in the field. Last year, there is a group of my dear friends, it's called Ramogi. I don't know whether if someone here is from the Ramogi group. Yeah, okay. They are my dear friends. We do a lot of things. And within 2 weeks, they were hit by 4 deaths last year. 4 deaths. And they came to me and said, things are tough, and we had to, what can we do? So I'm just telling you from experience, these things do happen. And if they do, if you have insurance cover, it doesn't matter whether you get 10 deaths, 20 deaths. It doesn't put pressure on you as the leaders of the group and your members. Why? Because each individual is already covered by bad view. Okay? So, and this is the message, and we are going to be spreading it. I will personally be visiting each and every one of you. Okay? I've been to Hertfordshire, I've been to Sheffield, I've been to Sweden, I've been to, I don't know any Kenyan community, Luton, where I don't know any Kenyan community I haven't visited. I've been to SEC, I've been to ELEC, I've been, all those places. I met Richard in ELEC at an ELEC event. Okay, so asking, how do we intend to market this, to spread this? I will be visiting. That's my job. Okay, maybe I didn't talk about my title as director for the UK. That's my job. I'll be paying you a visit. And I will be, we can speak face to face, but to add on the training part, after today, we are going to convene another meeting. Today, like I said, was out of respect. We wanted to talk to the leaders. Next week, we now, with your permission, we will want to talk to a broader group of people. So we will be having a general diaspora meeting to talk to people general. But today we are focused on you because you are the leaders and we want to ensure your groups as groups, not as individuals. We want your groups to continue operating the way they've been operating over the years. The only difference will be this time around, even if you're faced with 5, 6, 10 deaths, you are not worried. You don't have sleepless nights because each one of your members will be covered in case of death. That's what we are offering you today. And that's the message for today. Okay? Right.
Quick one, Bernard. I got 2 questions on the chat.
Can you, okay, hold on to those ones first. Let's go to Esther Rose and then we go to the chat. Esther, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you, Richard, and your group for putting up this together. Very good product in the market, and yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing how much it's got to offer for us. My question is, I mean, of course, I'm coming out from a background in health, and what I wanted to know was, I can see that you're catering for up to the age of about 75. I think you still have a provision for over 75, but my question then is, for the over 75s, I know that some of us, our parents, even being after 75, they're still very healthy with no medical histories or any health conditions, which I feel like maybe they also need to be included in that kind of group, or maybe you could have extended that age a little bit, say probably to about 80, because we know that our parents coming from our community, they can be very old, but with no health conditions, as compared to our counterparts here, where you can find even a 50-year-old has got so many pre-existing conditions, and they would take much more if they went to the hospital than somebody who's just maybe 75, who's just gone with malaria. Our community in the diaspora, I think our most worries about our parents back home is to do with their health, and then maybe things like death. And that's what concerns us most in the diaspora. We want to make sure that if our parents are well, I mean, they are not well, they can access the hospital, they can access the medical without so much trouble, or something that gives us peace back in the diaspora, so that if I am paying for a service, we want to make sure that that service is actually giving us value for our money as well, which I think this is going to be doing. But we want to make sure that also it's giving us that peace of mind that if my mom is 76, she can still be able to access that service, and it will not be an expense for me that is almost like punishing because she is over 76. Yet she has not got any medical histories with her. She's otherwise a very fit woman. And then we also want to make sure that the stress is really covered from our point of view. Because most of us with NHS, when we are here, the diasporas, we are quite comfortable because we've got our free NHS and it covers for all that. Our worry is normally about the parents we have at home. So, and on top of that, I just wanted to know whether there would be, say, for example, a transport issue. If my mom now, who lives, say, in Kitui, is very unwell and she cannot get transport to come home to Nairobi for treatment, would there be a provision to cover a little bit of transport one way, even if it was one way, because once she's treated, now maybe she's able to go back home alone. But at that point from Kitui, where she's unwell and needs to come to hospital, would there be a provision to provide transport, so just for peace of mind, or can it be included? And I think maybe that's about my question done. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Rose. Okay, so Richard, please just quickly take on that first. 75, is that cast on stone? I think Geoffrey already said that's not cast on stone. It can be reviewed. And the other one is a kind of evacuation, transport, ambulance, maybe transport from the suburb counties to the hospitals where they are. So those are the two questions. Briefly, please, Richard.
Yes, when it comes to the question of age limit, we still taking views on what we need to cover that is viable or whether it's cost effective. So that's we're still reviewing that, and I think there's a possibility we will take it up the cutoff age. What we know is if you covered before 75, then we'll cover you up to 100 as long as you are before that. But what the issue here is after taking the cover when you're after 75. But as long as sorry, as long as you take it before 75, we're covering you up to 100. But we're going to review the cutoff age of the entry age. On the other issue of transport, we got panel of hospitals all over UK. So we aim to have at least 3 hospitals in every ward. So this way, everyone.
Kenya, sorry, Richard. Kenya, not UK. Don't bring that NHS confusion.
No. It's not. She asked about her parents back in Kenya.
Yes.
How we're gonna take that transport to take her to Nairobi, and that's what I was saying. Our hospitals are UK wide. We've taken consideration of the demography of the people in diaspora. Although we're starting with the most concentrated areas, but we're gonna expand as the need basis on the areas that we need to have local hospitals. Yes, we have local hospitals in every constituency, and if they need to go to specialist treatment, maybe in Nairobi, then yes, that will be catered for.
Yeah, so you mean they're Kenyan based, Kenya wide. You are still repeating the word UK wide, and I'm saying
No, I said Kenya wide. I said it's in UK, but she's referring to the parents.
Okay, all right.
Kenya.
Okay, I hope Esther gets that. I don't want her to think you said about UK because I heard UK, but that's fine. So
Yeah,
basically,
he did
what you are
mention UK,
saying,
but it's clear now. It's clear
yes.
now.
So what you are saying is, there will be hospitals. The parents can be treated as locally in the counties, but if they need to be evacuated to Nairobi or Mombasa or to the bigger cities, then that will be considered. That's my understanding. Okay, and then the age issue, that's flexible. It's due under review. It will be considered. Next is Elizabeth Bure. Elizabeth?
Thank you very much indeed. My question is a simple and a quick one. Just to know if something happened and the company collapses, are you financially regulated by an authority?
Yes, I'll answer that straight away.
But,
yes.
But I'd acknowledge that gentleman is not Elizabeth first before you proceed.
Yes, he shocked me. I think he's used.
Prof, you're very observant, Prof.
Yeah, I can understand that. Can you please give your name, because we were expecting Elizabeth Gure.
I was expecting the same. I was expecting some sort of introduction.
Well, those who are following the proceeding, I actually was using my phone before, but for some reason I went out of charge, so I took my wife's phone.
Yes.
My name is Benson Bure.
Benson.
And, we live in UK, but we are very interested in your product, and we want to congratulate you really for coming up with this, because this is something very important. And maybe now you have reminded me to add another question, actually, that there are some people who are in the UK, but for some reason, they are not able to get papers, but they live here. I do not know how they make their ways to work, so they have got money. Do you think those kind of people can, as long as they are Kenyans, can they be able to buy your product?
Okay. Benson, thank you very much for your questions. To go to the first question, I'll quickly answer that. It was covered in the presentation, and Richard repeated. We had to wait until the 17th of January to get the IRA license. IRA is the Insurance Regulatory Authority in Kenya. They must give you that authority to operate. So that's what we've been waiting for. So Birdview is fully recognized, fully regulated in Kenya. And like we say, it's also reinsured. So in case something happened, in case of claims or anything, the reinsurance companies, Africa Re and Kenya Re, would still come in and honor those claims. So all our clients are protected. Okay, so in that end, we will, anyone who wants to see, I think we will post the license or the number, the IRA number on the website for anybody. So if you go to the IRA website, and you can check yourself and see, just check but and you'll see, yeah, it is there, licensed, it's regulated, and you will see our number there. So that's answered. The other question about people, about papers and all that, personally,
sorry, Bernard, before you go to the people one, just want to add a few things on on what you just said about financial muscles, and if we go under and everything. So first, for an insurance company to operate, you need an actuary. So actuaries are individuals who price insurance products. All regulations, whether UK, US, Kenya, require an actuary to be to requires an insurance company to have a fully qualified actuary, so that they can at least provide confidence in their financial well-being through the products they price and sell. And also they attest to the regulators, that's, for example, in our case, Insurance Regulatory Authority, that whether we have enough capital to run our business. So I am the actuary, Geoffrey, as I mentioned, and part of my professional duties to ensure that Badview remains a going concern. And then because an insurance company can, especially a startup like Badview, may not have 100% capacity to take 100% of the risk, we share some of those risks with other entities. So in this case, we are sharing some of our risks with Kenya Re. Kenya Re is like the biggest, is the insurance company that has taken the biggest share of our business. And we have other insurance companies as well. So we are sharing a given percentage with the insurance companies, so that in the case of anything, we are not our customers. If Badview goes under, our customers are not going to lose 100% of their benefits. Another percentage will come from our insurance. Number two, as an insurance entity operating in Kenya, we subscribe to the Policyholder Compensation Fund, where there's a percentage of each premium that we pay to the Policyholder Compensation Fund, so that if we go under, you are covered, your benefits will be covered to, I think, to a given level. I can't remember how much you will be paid, but some of your benefits are covered with the Policyholder Compensation Fund if you go under, if we go under. But as I said, as a business, we remain committed to fulfill our promises, and we will endeavor to exist as a going concern.
Okay, thank you. And just to add for Benson, because he said he's here in the UK, the Policyholder Compensation Fund is the equivalent of the UK. We have the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, the one which protects your money in the bank here. If your bank is robbed, you don't lose your money. Why? Because your money is protected. So this is the standard practice, that financial institutions' money, customers' money is protected through some scheme. In the UK, it's the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. And in Kenya, it's the Policyholder Compensation Fund. So you shouldn't worry about it. It's just like when you hear your bank has been robbed, you don't have to worry, what happened? It's not your money. I watch some movies, they say, just lie low, don't be a hero. We are not stealing your money. We are stealing the bank's money. So it's the same thing. So do not worry about your premiums or anything, because part of that goes to a security for it. On the question about people with or without papers, from my legal background, I would abstain from talking about people without papers on a public platform like this one. But I think, like what the chairman said, was that we do not discriminate. Any Kenyan who needs to be covered, it's as long as you have your documents to show that you are a Kenyan, then you will be. When we offer cover, we are not really interested in your residence status. That's not our job. We are not the immigration. Okay, we cover you against risk. So whatever your status is, that's your private business. So we are not really interested in that, and we do not ask that question. That's all I'll say about it, unless Geoffrey and Richard want to add something to that.
when you put it in clearly, we do not discriminate against immigration status. So if you are a Kenyan, go online, buy the policy, and you'll be insured. We won't ask you any discriminatory questions about the subject. And I remember I said, if you get deported for whatever reason, we pay you a cash on landing in Kenya to get you on your feet.
Okay, so that's that. Rose, what's your question?
Hello, thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Rose Kingori, and I'm here to represent Kenyans Association in Bristol. I'm the secretary of the association. I did pose my question earlier about the underwriters, and that has been answered to satisfaction. So my other, well, it's just to say this is a very commendable job. Thank you to all the ones who have brought this product to us. It's been long overdue. Now, in Bristol, we have something similar. That's why I did ask that question about the underwriters. We have a similar product. The underwriters is ABSA, so at the Daphnes. So what we need to do is you're going to go and analyze both products, like for like, and what really entices me about your product is about the age limit, because that's where we struggled about the age limit. So we're not able to cover all the members. So that is something, obviously, I would like to take this conversation further and address that. But because we already have a whole group under that other product, which is also Kenyan-based, is there a possibility that we can port our membership to another provider? Is there such a provision? Or we have to start from scratch? Because I know we cannot be under two insurance products. In case we get enticed by this one, is there a chance to port our membership to the new product?
So my question there would be, what kind of products do you have with them? Is it last expense?
Yes, last expense, because that was our main interest.
Yeah. So last expense is a 1 year renewable policy.
Yeah.
So if you stop paying, then you are not covered. So if you want to move to Badview, all you need to do is come to Badview. Let's discuss as a group. Let's see what you want. And we'll give you a policy, start paying premiums to us, and you'll be covered by us. There are no covenants that you can't leave.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Rose, just to ask you, is Robert still the chairman of the Kenyans in Bristol?
Yes, he is. So I'm here. He's not in the meeting, so I am representing.
Yeah, I've met him many times.
Yes, we have met with you as well. You've come to with the other product.
Okay, so
we have.
So I will be visiting. This time Badview will be flying to Bristol, okay? So
we look forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Before I go to Professor, can we Richard and Geoffrey, can you answer the questions on the chat now?
I have responded to all questions on the chat.
For the members' sake, can you just read them out?
Okay. You want me to read an answer? Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. So the first question was, how many years is the policy? So our policies or medical insurance policy, last expense, and evacuation and repatriation policies are 1 year renewable policies. So, and that's why we say that the premium is annual. So yeah, 1 year renewable policy. The other question is, just out of interest, who are Badview insurance underwriters? And we said, we are the underwriters. We are an insurance company, fully licensed and regulated by Insurance Regulatory Authority of Kenya. So we underwrite our own business. Then the other one was, what about diasporan visiting Kenya? Can they cover their medical while in Kenya? And the response is yes, you can buy our medical insurance online, but you can only use it when you are in Kenya. And then the other question was, how could this impact its financial stability, reputation being its own underwriter, also on regulatory scrutiny and compliances? I think this was in addition, this was a follow-up question to whether we are the underwriters or we are selling business that is underwritten by others. So just to repeat, how could this impact financial stability and reputation being its own underwriter? So our response was that where is the response? Yeah, okay, the response was
the Badview is licensed in Kenya only.
Yeah, Badview is licensed in Kenya by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Kenya. And in terms of financial stability, we have the required amount of capital required by law to write insurance business, and that's why we've been given a license by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Kenya, because we have proved that we have the capital and IRA is satisfied. And in addition to that, in terms of reputation, we are responsible for our own reputation. Therefore, that's why I say that we will deliver what we've promised. No stories, because stories destroy reputation. So we deliver what we promise. That's how we endeavor to keep our reputation beyond reproach. And in terms of regulatory scrutiny and compliance issues, so the Insurance Regulatory of Kenya is responsible for our scrutinies and to ensure that we are compliant to regulate all regulations to do with insurance, protecting the customers, and so on. So the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Kenya carries routine scrutiny visits with insurance companies. And in terms of capital, ensuring that we have enough capital. So each quarter we file a regulatory return. I don't know if you've heard of a risk-based regime in Kenya, where you have to tell the Insurance Regulatory Authority about how much business in premium you've written, how many claims have you incurred, how many of those claims have been reported, how many of those claims have you paid, how many have you not paid, why have you not paid, and looking at all those and all business written, how much capital do you have and whether that capital is enough to sustain the operations. So all those items are scrutinized by IRA on an ongoing basis. And just to also give confidence is that our insurance license is renewable on a yearly basis, subject to satisfying regulatory requirements on the capital and running the entity or the corporate entity as required. The other question was, where is the other question?
How long do I have to pay the premiums?
Okay, this is a new one. How long do I have to pay premiums? So one, we said if you are a group, you've given us your member to insure them, you need to pay us within 30 days. Ordinarily, insurance is cash and carry. You pay, you get insured. But for groups, you have up to 30 days to pay premiums, because we understand that you have, for example, to collect those premiums from all members and remit them to us. Then for individuals, online, you will see you have a grace period of, I think, 7 days, if I'm not wrong, if you go online and you don't pay, you not get a policy. But information will exist until you pay online. Then you will be covered. Then the other question is for claims. Would you accept a death certificate instead of burial permit? This is for faster processing of the payment due to delay in obtaining burial permit. I thought it was the other way around. I don't know if it's here or in Kenya, because in Kenya, you get the burial permit first, then the death certificate. So, and we accept both documents, but usually the burial permit comes first before the death. So if you give a burial permit, we'll pay the claim. But that the person who asked, I hope you meant the other way around. Yeah.
Right.
Because we understand that funeral cover or last expense is supposed to help, you know, in the funeral ceremony. Therefore, and death certificate comes way late after the ceremony. So we want to pay you to facilitate, to have a good send-off of your beloved. So if you give us the burial permit, we pay you to continue with the process.
Yeah. Let me just add, I get where Rose is coming from. Sometimes there could be complications. The burial permit is supposed to be issued at even at the hospital, just where the confirmation of death has occurred. So a notification of death would then be issued. But sometimes some hospitals will hold on to the burial certificate if you owe them money. So sometimes there could be that complication where the burial certificate is not released until you actually clear the hospital. So I think the question could be refined to mean maybe just whether would accept notification of death in other way other than just the burial certificate or the death certificate. I'm just saying the burial certificate is the easiest one to get. Death certificate takes time. It's a bureaucratic process. It may take time. But where there are no issues with the hospital, the burial certificate can be issued even by the local chief, by any government official with the authority to do that. So I get where that is coming from. I hope that answers you, Rose. Rose?
Yes, that's correct. Sorry, I'm driving. That's why I'm typing. Yes. That's why there's a bit of noise in the background. Yes, that's correct. And I meant death notification, actually, and you've rightly very well explained it, Bwana Kavio. That is what I meant, because of the delays, and sometimes when people have hospital bills to clear, such that you cannot get the burial permit, and you need that money maybe to clear the hospital bills.
I
know.
That's
what I meant. Yeah, thank you.
I know. We will, remember we are an insurance, so we will also have our own investigators and people we can get who can verify that death has occurred and all that. So yes, I get where you are coming from. I get those questions every day. Okay, that's it on the chat. I'll go to Professor Langat, and then from there, Professor Diangui, whether it's Professor or Alice, one of them using the same phone. Professor Langat.
Thank you, Kavio. I think first, picking on from the question on death certificate, I think we usually have an expatriation certificate if we are dealing with deaths in the UK and or in the diaspora. And I believe that should be also a document that can be added as proof of death. Because usually once we have had these deaths in the diaspora, we cannot expatriate the body unless we have this specific document, which it can be included. Then my other point, which I wanted
can you repeat again so people can hear that? What document did you say that is?
So I've been involved in about 2 deaths in the UK, helping 2 bodies expatriated to Kenya.
Yeah.
And we don't usually expatriate the body until we have the coroner issuing a certificate.
Yeah.
And I believe that document should be really sufficient for us in the diaspora, because you can't move the body without that document. So you can look into that Kavio yourself and see which document we get here in the diaspora to allow someone to be expatriated. Then my other comment was really following on from Rose and from also Chair Agri. These are two community leaders we have in the diaspora. I come from a community where we say you do not, talk for yourself. So these two people would probably have said, if we have genuine partnership with Bad Fuel Microinsurance, then there will be acceptability amongst our people. So one thing or one case that I'll probably put to the table is for Bad Fuel Microinsurance to look at ways in which they can partner with the community in the diaspora. For KCCC UK, they have so many ways they can partner. One of them is to sponsor the Swahili lessons or to facilitate the Swahili lessons for the diaspora children. And they have a good program that they support diaspora children to learn Swahili. And of course, there are costs associated with that. So as part of their social corporate responsibility, and if they wanted a very easy way of penetrating into the UK, for example, is to partner with KCCC. It may not be directly with them, but through maybe the agents that they work with. And I saw my sister Ann Kinyanjui from Equity Bank, who they support Swahili lessons for KCCC. And in this case, Kavyu, you will actually have a red carpet when you go to Bristol, if you are already supporting Rose, ensuring that they pay their teacher or maybe they support the program. So I think there will be some things that I may probably just want to say for Richard and the team and yourself to probably see how you can partner with the diaspora beyond just asking them to uptake the products. And this may include supporting their community empowerment programs. And as a result, your market penetration becomes very easy. So that's all I just wanted to say, because I'm sure Rose and Agre wouldn't talk on their behalf, and I could as well just do that for them, because we say the doctor does not treat himself or herself, isn't it? So in this case, there are these community empowerment programs that exist in the UK and elsewhere, including Australia and America, which you may want to consider to listen to, and they may help you to penetrate to the diaspora. Thank you. Have you?
Thank you so much, Professor. I knew when I saw you in the meeting, I knew you would be touching on, first, you always draw the barbs, the brutality, but then you come with the nice things. And
we are mourning Baba lost, but
I can see, I could tell that Baba thing was hurting you. That's why you are hitting us hard. But it's okay. Thank you. I think people will tell you.
But let me put a caveat on that, just maybe not limited to. But very well put by Professor there.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So what I was saying is how I got to know many of you, and I really know a lot of KCC, Kenyan community leaders. It was actually through attending community events. It was, I think I have attended literally every Kenyan communities event in the UK. And I am aware of what, Professor, you are saying. These leaders here, they do so much community work. They help. They are like the next government. That's why I didn't want to talk about the country folk, but the leaders here, they provide so much services to our people. And if, yes, Birdview could lend a hand in that, that's what we are saying. That I think that's why I'm here, really. That's why I'm here, to talk to the leaders, to say, expect us. We are not just coming saying, take our policies. We are going also to give back to the community. And those who know me, I know how to give back to community. So going forward, expect us, that partnership, expect it. We wouldn't want anything lesser than that. We want to feel partners with our Kenyan communities. We want to work with you. We want to support your programs. It's a give and take. Every time we receive, remember, this is a business. For it to run, it needs finances. Every time you are paying those premiums, Then we are saying social responsibility. We are also giving back. So yes, thank you, Professor, bringing that up, because you have also helped me. That Peter, Professor.
Yes, the Bernard, Governor.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm in a little island where it's a bit too messy, so I didn't know whether we have internet, and we will be missing it. Well, but I want to, this is great. What I want to request, coming from education, I think we still need a lot of education for people to understand. Like I think it was a question Los Kengoli and other people have been asking about, even other writers and all that, how we meander through all that, so that people may understand it very well. So I don't know when Bernard and the chairman, you may arrange a meeting when you can understand a little bit more before we get to the American market and the others, of course. Because we must be methodical, be clear, and I think you guys are doing extremely well. Mr. Chairman, Bernard, I love you, the way you answer your questions, but I think that message needs to reach more people, and there is more education. But I did not want to leave before I hear my brother, our diaspora ambassador, Barosi. I don't know whether you're still with us, just to say hello to the people. Barosi Waloi. Is he still here?
Yes, he is here.
Because you're gonna leave, you're gonna go to the island here. We're in the island, and we're gonna lose internet.
He already spoke, but since you've called him out, why not? Let him just tell us he's still awake.
I am so proud of that, brother, man.
Let's see if he's going to answer you. His Excellency, you are being called upon by your brother in Florida.
My professor.
Yeah, oh my God. Nice to hear your voice, yes.
Yes, I give my remarks and also appreciated Badview.
Yes.
And I reiterate, this is what you have been waiting for.
Very good.
And I'm sure with the time we are going to see, they're going to see the fruit of their work.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's always nice to hear your voice.
Thank you,
I have here Her Excellency Alice Maina. I don't know what you want to say, but thank you so much.
I did tell you that I'm coming to the US, although I did not mention that I will be coming to see Professor in the conference that I was coming and the work that I have been doing within the university and education.
Yes.
So, yes, I arrived safely. You remember I asked for the apology because I could not attend the other meeting on 6th because I knew that time I was traveling.
That's right.
So it's nice to hear your voice and to continue supporting the team.
And I wish you well.
Yeah, I'll be back soon. And thank you for everybody.
And to Bernard and the team, I want you guys to understand we need to keep supporting Bishop Waroe. He is our ambassador. We are so proud of the work he is doing. He was picked from among us. If he succeeds, we succeed, and we can have room for many more. If we fight him, then we fight ourselves, then we fail, and next time we may not have another one. We must keep pushing for that. Bernard, we must get here.
Then, of course, what do you think? Huh? We were in the trenches together even before he became ambassador, so don't worry. He's our man. He's our man.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? We've got 4 more minutes, and then I think we should close this meeting. It was 2.5 hours. It's 22:26. We have 4 more minutes. Any question or any final comments for anyone who wants to make a comment? And in the absence of any comments or any questions, I will just briefly say that I just want to highlight the main points. Oh, okay, there. Agri, Chairman, KCC, KCCC. You are muted. Can someone unmute our boss of bosses? There is tight security here. Geoffrey, can you unmute our chairman?
Yes, my goodness, what's happening here? Kwani hii mkutano mumekaza kabisa. So what I wanted to say is, as KCCC, obviously Prof. Lagat has talked about the Swahili lessons and how we partner with them, and that's a kind of partnership that we look forward to. Something that is seamless, that goes and targets the community, and at least that way you get to get visibility, and you can also give back to the community even though you're still starting, but that would be the best way to go forward. So I'm hoping to see that kind of conversation, and of course there's a template that's already in place because we've worked with the TKDM and other sponsors under that umbrella. So there is a template that's there, and maybe that can be the beginning of our conversation. So if we don't need to search far because we've seen a partnership that's working. We can maybe start from that angle and then look at how to fine-tune that kind of conversation. That's what I wanted to say, because sometimes you tend to look for more complicated ways of engaging. But if we have a template that's working, why should we reinvent the wheel? And that was my parting shot.
Thank you very much, Chairman. And Esther, you're asking, have I visited Milton Keynes? Yes, I did visit Milton Keynes, but the event was rain-washed. It was not a very good event because it rained. It was all washed out, so we couldn't even come out of our cars that day. So I'll make another visit. I'll come. Look, I'm not just Milton Keynes. This is a beginning, as Chairman Agria said. So Birdview now wants that partnership, and our next step, because I said I'll be winding this up, our next step is going to be, we are going to be having that discussion on how to partner. And that's where KCCC chairman, you come in. We want to have another meeting with you now that you know what it is we've discussed, so that you can also give us the calendar. We need the calendar of all the Kenyan communities so that we can see what programs you have during the year, what events you have during the year, and then Birdview, we can now plan to make sure we get to that. So this is just the beginning. Let's have a plan. Probably after this meeting, you'll be hearing from me, and I'll be saying, can we now have another smaller meeting where you can, if you could just get us the calendars of your members, their teams, and so that we can now start zeroing to each of the communities and speak with them, and so we can solidify this, see who is coming on board, and which programs can we partner with them, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this really feels very, very good. As for where I'm seated, I feel very good about this. So I know really you've taken your time. It's now 1 minute past. So Richard, do you have any closing words? I'll give Richard, and even Balozi. Balozi is still here. Balozi, if you still want to have a word. So Richard, Balozi, and Geoffrey, you all have 1 minute each if you want to say something. Otherwise, Reverend Kinuthia prayed for us. I'm going to ask who is touched by the Spirit, who wants to volunteer to do the closing prayer.
Can I say something before maybe you do that?
Yes. The floor is open, but I'm asking someone to be touched by the Spirit. When you finish, then I want someone to volunteer to say the closing prayer. Yes, Balozi.
I think for the community leaders, and also once again, I appreciate the chairman. Maybe for the community leaders, because you see, one of the issue I've discussed with the chairman is to see, apart from offering services to the Kenyans in the diaspora, also let Badview micro insurance also become a part of assisting our people, or how should I put it, is also helping our people to be able to generate income. And now what we are trying to do is by next month, Badview is going to help us to sponsor about 300 young people, the age between 24 to 35 years, where we are going to host a mentorship program to our young people. And I believe this is also another way how, as a community, we can be able to empower our young people. If these young people get into that meeting where we're expecting many people in the community who are doing very well, also have requested Badview Insurance to see whether they can be able to offer employment as agents to our youngsters who are 24, between 24 and 35. Let them become agents as well. Let them generate income. Let them have an income through this product. And I believe this is the way to go, because if our young people own your product, believe me, my brother, this is going to help them. It is going to help the economy of the nation, and also is going also to make sure that these people, they are going to feel that this product is theirs. So may I commend you for coming in. May I commend you for looking that as a way to support our young people. Because you can see Nigerian products, what they do, the young generation, they own it. And that's why when they are doing their MTN, they are promoting their MTN, they are promoting their products. You find the young people are the one who are pushing for this product. So I believe this is not exceptional. So we still invite you to attend, chairman, to this event. Come talk to young people between 24 and 35. Up to now, there are about 300 of them. We are looking forward to have 500 young people, where we shall get sportsmen who are going to speak to them, renowned people in the community, celebrities, but also let this be an opportunity for them also to have an extra earning. Thank you so much, because I know in principle you have agreed, and looking forward to work with you, and also as we support our young people. So much.
Okay, thank you very, very much, Balozi. Agri, was that an old hand? Because I had San Carlos. I think San Carlos' hand was up for prayer. Can you confirm your hand was up for prayer? You put it down. US San Carlos.
Yeah, so Bernard, please allow me to...
Yes, I'll come to you, but his hand was up and he's put it down. I just want to find out. Are you still there? San Carlos, USSD. No? Okay. I've lost that one. Okay, Chairman, continue.
I think when you asked for the spirit to touch him, it touched him at that time, but it was momentary touch. Matter must have departed.
Okay, let's hope somebody else is
hope that
touched
he's
with the
touched
spirit.
again. But I want to His Excellency, for the good work that he's doing with the young people. I also just have a quick request to make. We are working with the Kenyan young people who have come into this country, the students who have just come from Kenya. We've had a few webinars to try and support them here. And I know they have a students event coming up pretty soon. I would kindly request if Badview can also partner to support that event. We are looking to make a momentous event, entertainment, and also just to signpost them in the right direction. And what His Excellency is saying there is music to my ears, because that's one area we are looking to do to partner and empower our young people, and especially come from Kenya and find their ways here to try and find a way. And one of the ways that we are looking to empower them is economically, by providing employment and opportunities for employment, so that by the time they finish university, they are on their way. And this is a good opportunity that Bird's View can also look to maybe have not only a short-term project, but maybe look at a university student from the time they join here to the time they finish, and have an apprentice or something of that sort. I'm not an expert in that field, but I could just give suggestion. So we have a university student event coming up soon. I would really, really appreciate if you can just maybe give a gesture of supporting that event. And I'm happy, Your Excellency, to support any venture that you get into to empower our young people. And I'm sure all other community leaders that are here, that's what we live for. We look to leave a legacy for our young people. And if there's any program that is tailored to support them, then it will be one that I will give 100% of my support. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think USSD San Carlos was back again. San Carlos, your hand came up, and okay, now I won't keep calling you because you raised your hand again. It's gone. I see our CEO, James. James, since nobody else wants to talk, I'll give you the last word. And your last word, after that, you close with a word of prayer. We can just all do the grace, not a problem. Yes, USSD Carlos, please, you keep raising your hand and putting it down. So can you switch on your camera and say something? We are closing now. Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing? I just wanted to my name is Nyambura. We had other meetings, so I wanted to know whether there is another meeting that is going to repeat, because I have people in Central London and Nakuru Diaspora Community in the UK. We had a meeting, so most of the people missed this, and I'm sure they would have wanted to be here. Do you have another meeting coming? Sorry to have spoken last.
Oh, Nyambura, that's you. What you need to rename? It says there, San Carlos. All right. Yeah. So today's meeting was for the leaders. So since you are here, that's okay. That's all we wanted today. Today we were not talking to the members today. The next meeting, you can bring the members. We will invite everybody.
It's just that I missed most of it, so I have nothing to tell members.
Okay. So. Yes. Okay, so you want that? Okay, so what you do is we'll have another meeting. Let me answer you that way. But before then, I'll brief you on what we've discussed, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll brief you, but we are going to have a general meeting now.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
We only want to do that meeting when we know the leaders are on board with us. You understand? So,
yes.
So I'm going to be engaging with the leaders from tomorrow, starting with the boss of bosses. Okay.
Wow.
And then from the boss of bosses, then we will discuss. By the way, I forgot to mention this. We wanted to meet on Zoom, but we also want a face-to-face. Okay. So I would like you, and that's coming from you, to agree when is the best time when we can have a sit down. So we are not just going to be meeting on Zoom all the time. We also wanted to have a sit down. Okay, so think about that as well. Chairman, I forgot to mention that. I agree. If you can see the best time we convene a sit down, it would really help, even for those who are not here today.
Sure. That is something we can consider if you give me your timetable and how many people you want to cater for. I can communicate to my team and let you know.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay.
Okay. I think we're done, Bernard. I think we're running a bit of time. But I think we finished everything. So let me take this opportunity to say thank you for everyone who availed their time. so much appreciated because you had other things to do, but you chose to come and hear us out and see what we have to offer. I've taken all the comments and all the questions on board and all the recommendations on board. We cannot improve without you. And the aim of this meeting was, as Bernard said, start with the leadership. And then we trickle down. Yes, we're going to have more meetings and we're going to have more presentations as on the trainings. So we're going to have, and we're going to also have the physical meetings, as Bernard has just put it. That's the next thing we are going to arrange. We're working hand in hand with our hardworking ambassador on all the things that he wants us to do. And I've promised him that I'm gonna honor all his requests. So we got this issue of employment. He knows I do work hard on it, and those chances on other bases before this came on. And I'm gonna be working with him to support the youth, and I look forward to mentoring them, because making achievements need mentoring for them to be able to achieve and prosper. With that, I'll just say thank you very much for attending tonight, and I look forward to working with you and help the diaspora community and improve Badview. Thank you.
Thank you. Before you mention all those groups who are interested, just send a link to our group form where you can fill information on your current groups, just to give us an idea of what you have currently or what you would like to have. Then this help us to carry the discussions forward. So please, chairs, if you can fill that form for us, that's very helpful.
Okay. To add on that, we got Bernard, who is our director, diaspora. So all those forms, he's got them. All those information, he's got them, and he's ready to correct all the information that we need and answer all the questions.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I think, thank you, everybody. You've really been great. We've set the ball rolling. We'll be in touch. And thank you. So now I'm going to ask our CEO, James, say your last words and then a prayer, and we can all sleep. I know it's late in Kenya, surely. Even here, it's late everywhere. Okay.
Okay. First, thank you so much, Baden, for the great work. You did very well. You have led the meeting very well, and I really appreciate it. I don't want to talk much after the chairman has spoken. I think he has covered it well on our behalf. I think mine is to pray. We got opening prayer from your end, from our brothers, from that end. And I think now that you also have your other brothers back home, I think you can receive a prayer from us, and that will complete the cycle. So once again, thank you so much, everyone who was able to participate. I can see we are 22. We were about 30 something, I think, when we at some point. So I wish to thank you, everyone who is listening, and even for those who have left, wherever they are, I pray that God is going to take care of them and also their families. Let's pray. Our Father and our God, in the name of Jesus Christ, we come before thee to say that we are so grateful for the time that you gave us to be together as the leaders from Badview Microinsurance in Kenya, and also leaders of the Kenyan community in the UK. We are so grateful, Lord, because this could not have happened without your presence, without your approval. We are so grateful because we already only mentioned that we shall have a meeting today, But Lord, we are so thankful because you made it happen, and for that we are grateful. And Almighty God, as we come to the end of our meeting today, I want to present each and every one of us, those who are already in the meeting, and even for those who joined and left at some points. Father, we are praying for each and every family that is represented, that you continue to take care of them. We also know that there are many in thousands and in millions of our fellow Kenyans who are out there in different countries. We want to take this opportunity also, Lord, to pray for each one of them, that you may continue to protect them and their families out there and even back home in Kenya. Lord, this initiative that we have started, Lord, in order to take care of our fellow Kenyans within the country and even for those who are out there. Lord, we pray that we be faithful to the calling, that we will do things right, you will do things as expected of us. And Lord, for us who are leaders, Lord, we pray that you give us enough grace to be able to continue leading in the right way for the glory and for the honor of your holy name. And Almighty God, we know that back here in Kenya, we are on Sunday. Lord, even as we take some break and wake up again to prepare for the services, Lord, we pray that you will go with us and you will bless us. And also for our fellow brothers out there, we pray that even for their time, when their time comes to go to join the others for the service, that you shall be in their presence and you shall bless them. Father, we thank you, and Father, we bless you. We started with you and we have ended with you. And for that, Lord, we are so grateful. Blessed be your holy name. And all this we pray, trusting in the name of Jesus Christ, who is our Lord and our Savior. And we say, Amen.
Amen.